because once you get to one, two is not far behind. Hey kings and queens, welcome to another episode of Elevate with E. It's E here, Euwarnii Hughes, CEO of Great Gale LLC, dedicated to rewriting the narrative. And this is a podcast aimed at helping you elevate over the limits life throws at you. So on to today's topic, force multipliers, MO. And again, thank you for coming back to the podcast, and if you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe because we need everyone to know just how essential these force multipliers are to win in 2022. This podcast, Elevate with E, is on YouTube as well as Anchor. And again, what is a force multiplier? Well, a force multiplier is a factor or a combination of factors that give personnel or weapons or other hardware the ability to accomplish greater feats than without it. And what is mobility? The quality or state of being mobile or movable. Mobile literally means adaptable or versatile. So again, these force multipliers help you to accomplish greater feats than without it, and it's all in the context of mobility, being adaptable, being versatile, being agile. It's so important and it's so critical to your success. And again, welcome back everyone. Our theme for 2022 is all about winning. Like that song with J-Rock, win, 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 win. Anyway, the point is, it's time to win and to win big, and this is what this theme is about. This is what we're talking about all 2022. So if you want to win in this year, you need to be here, share the word, get it out, because this is literally game-changing information. It's what I used to win, and it's what greats used to win. So again, we're talking about force multipliers, and today is MO, mobility. It's not just a cool term. It literally is, again, the secret to win. And this is the finale of the series. I'm so excited that you're here to hear all of this. Again, literally, we're going to finish strong with mobility. And mobility is what separates the student from the master. Mobility is what separates the entrepreneur from the wantrepreneur. Mobility is what separates the person who has an idea in their head for an actual manga and the person who actually gets it done. It's about that mobility. It's about moving. It's about motion. That's why this is so important, and that's why it's last. Yes, we've talked about morale and having that spirit of that excellence and that mentality. Yes, we've talked about intelligence and having the knowledge, but without the mobility, you are not going anywhere. You're not moving, and moving is so important. Mobility is the forward momentum. You know, like what they say, an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Remember that from physics? Yes, well, that's why mobility is so important, because once you get to one, two is not far behind. Once you get to 2, 3, and 4 are not far behind. So it's all about the mobility. It's all about being able to pivot, to be adaptable, to be versatile, to literally be agile. This is the key to progress for 2022 and beyond. It's so true, because if you're not moving, then you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you're not growing. So moving is growth, and growth equals a better life. If you're stuck, you're staying in the same place, and that equals the same life. You don't want that. No winner wants that. Winners are those who can adapt to the times while staying true to their vision and their purpose. Winners use their time to win. It's crazy how true this is. It's like what Dr. Eric Thomas said. Winners win and losers lose. Again, winners win and losers lose. That winner mindset is the person who has the growth mindset. Not the fixed mindset, the growth mindset. The winner is the one who activates an abundant mindset. Yes, there's this mindset aspect, but faith without works is dead. So you have to have that mindset, that trust, that belief, but then you got to put in the work, put in the effort. You know, like there's this phrase, you got to work like it depends all on you, but pray as if it depends all on God. Yes, that's the mobility. That's the type of mobility you need to win in 2022. And all of us have the ability to activate mobility. The question is, will we? The question is, do we want the life that we truly want, or are we just saying it? And if we do want the life that we really want, are we working towards it every day? Are we working towards it in the things that we do while we're working? Are we giving it 120% while we're working? When we're off, when we're taking a break, are we actually resting to get back to work at another time, living our life while we're working and then taking a break when we're not? All of this connects into mobility, connects into your life, the quality of your life. All of this is so important. So again, you have to have that mobility. And it's so critical because honestly, in the game of life, truly, when you get down to mobility and movement, it deals with time. And honestly, we don't know how many seconds are left on the clock. How many tomorrows do we have left? We have to work while it's day because honestly, when it's nighttime, you can't see anything unless the lights are on, but you can't literally see anything. I mean, honestly, how many tomorrows do we have left? How many daytimes do we have left? So it's all about using our time wisely, using the time that the Creator gave us wisely. I mean, for me, in my life, I had to activate mobility, and that's why I'm excited to show the proof of that today's episode is brought to you by Bold Saga, Afrofuturism manga for the culture, empowering the culture. So again, do you want your kids to develop a sense of purpose, build confidence, and develop a growth mindset? If you said yes to all three, then Bold Saga was made for you and made for your kids. Not only is it packed with authentic African representation, black excellence, action, and humor, but it's a story of underdogs rising, so your kids can see themselves as kings and queens, not as whack excellence or anything else that they've put out. So this is about heroes who activate greatness while using social and emotional learning. So if you're ready to transform your kids' lives, get Bold Saga today. You can click the links below or scan the QR code. Now let's get back to it. Again, it's all about choosing mobility. Mobility doesn't just come to you. You have to choose it. You have to choose to move. Just like how you don't walk by just thinking, you have to put your one leg in front of the other. It has to be an action. There must be a decision that you make. There must be a responsibility, responding to what is around you and choosing to move forward. Even with the name Bold Saga, it's all about brave onwards, limit destroyer. And let me get it for you so you can see that. Brave onwards, limit destroyer. That's progress. That's mobility. That's moving forward in the midst of adversity. So this is again a choice. Masego does that in chapter 1 and 2 and beyond in the series, and you can see that when you get it. And you have to do it for your life because greatness isn't going to come to you. You must pursue it. Again, greatness doesn't come to you. You must pursue it. You must take the road less traveled and choose that. You must choose to be the best version of yourself, even if no one else is pushing you. Even if there isn't a giant crowd or coliseum chanting your name or shouting your name or ready for whatever it is that you bring to the table in this life, push yourself to be great. Push yourself towards excellence. Push yourself onto the right path. Because honestly, for every step you take towards your dreams, your goal, your destiny, your purpose, mobility, someone else is watching you chase greatness. Someone else is watching you activate your greatness. And honestly, when you activate your greatness, it activates a trickle effect, a chain effect. And then they activate their greatness, then everyone watching them, and so on and so forth. And the inverse is true as well. Every day you're not moving towards your greatness, someone else is not seeing you activate that greatness, and then they stay in the place that they're at. Because honestly, we have this mentality, we will believe it when we see it. So people literally are out there all across the world waiting for you to activate your greatness in whatever capacity it is, whether starting a business, finishing high school, finishing college, getting the job that your purpose and your destiny demands. All of this is connected to mobility. So literally, these are the advantages of mobility and why it's so important in the force multipliers. You get the first mover's advantage, you get that sense of satisfaction and true self-worth, and you are one step closer to your dream life. You are the one to step closer to elevating, not just someone else telling you, but you're actually doing it, and that is what makes life worth it. And that's how winning is done. Winning isn't just about one giant leap. I remember what Pastor Price had said once, and it summed up to: winning comes down to kings and queens who consistently, correctly, and chronologically take steps towards their purpose. I'll say it again. Winning comes down to kings and queens who consistently, correctly, and chronologically take steps towards their purpose. So it's mobility in the right way. So I challenge you, kings and queens, use mobility, step over fear, and step into your greatness. And that brings us to the power quote of the day. For a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of disaster and collapse. Again, for a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in time of disaster and collapse. That's Proverbs 24:16. And that brings us to the upcoming events. Support our endeavor to protect Black legacy. we have filed a notice of opposition to protect Bold Saga. Yes, this Bold Saga I have in my hand, this afrofuturism manga empowering your young kings and queens. We have filed a notice of opposition to protect our brand from another company trying to take it. Their first image while using Bold Saga is a black monkey with blue glasses. And we are not about that. We want to protect this brand so that your young kings and queens can see stories that motivate them, empower them, and encourage them to activate their greatness. So, if you love black excellence, if you love African culture, and empowering your young kings and queens to be all that they can be, please support this campaign. Links are below or on screen. And more amazing events are on the horizon, so stay tuned and stay up to date with all things Bold Saga and Great Gale when you follow us at Great Gale Co. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Clubhouse, and Fanbase. And thank you again for listening. We really appreciate it. Again, this is your time, and this is your season. It's time to elevate. And remember, use mobility, step over fear, and step into your greatness. This is your time. This is your season. It's time to elevate. Again, this is your time, and this is your season. It's time to elevate. And remember, use mobility, step over fear, and step into your greatness. This is your time. This is your season. It's time to elevate.